This is one of the most shocking and heartbreaking true crime stories in American history. A story that began as a desperate plea for help and ended in a tragedy that stunned an entire nation. This is the true story of Susan Smith, the mother who lied about her children's disappearance. On the night of October 25, 1994, a frantic mother in Union, South Carolina, called 911. Her name was Susan Smith. She claimed that a carjacker had stolen her vehicle with her two little boys, Michael, just 3 years old, and Alex, only 14 months, still strapped inside. She sobbed on national television, begging for their safe return. The community rallied around her. Hundreds of volunteers joined the search, and the entire nation watched with bated breath, hoping the boys would be found alive and well. It was a parent's worst nightmare, and for a moment, the world shared her pain. But as the days turned into a week, investigators started to notice that something about Susan's story just didn't add up. There were inconsistencies in her statements, the location of the supposed carjacking changed, and her timeline of events kept shifting. Most suspiciously, she couldn't provide a clear description of the men she claimed had taken her children. The pieces just weren't fitting together. After 9 long, agonizing days, investigators confronted her one last time, under the weight of their questions. Susan finally broke down. The truth she revealed was far more horrifying than anyone could have imagined. Susan confessed that there was no carjacker. There was no kidnapping. On that cold October night, she had driven her own car, with her 2 sons asleep in the back seat, to a secluded lake in Union County. There, she released the handbrake and stood by, watching as the car slowly rolled down the ramp and into the dark water, sinking with her precious boys trapped inside. What could possibly motivate such an act? Investigators discovered she was in a relationship with a man who had told her he didn't want the responsibility of children. In her mind, she believed her life would be easier, and her relationship would flourish if her sons were gone. In July 1995, Susan Smith was convicted of 2 counts of murder. The jury spared her the death penalty, sentencing her instead to life in prison, with the possibility of parole after 30 years. The case remains a haunting reminder that behind even the most desperate cries for help, the truth can sometimes be darker than we can possibly imagine. Thank you for joining us for this look into a story that captivated and horrified a nation. If you found this compelling, please like, share, and subscribe for more true crime stories that made an impact.